Hey people, it's been a bit of a while, but it's me again, the Prince from the Prince's podcast. So I'm gonna talk about something right now, which I know a lot of people are not really thinking about. But let me do what I do. Okay, we're gonna talk about something that's spoken about in the Bible, which is who bears the mark of the beast. You know what the mark of the beast is. You know, they talk about it a lot. They say, hey, it's this, it's this, it's that. But let me break it down in the way that I understand it, okay? So we're going to take it back to the Bible where God said, let there be light, you know? And then there was light. And then now we throw it to Egyptian mythology where they talk about the all seeing eye of by the all seeing eye means it sees everything. It's the eye of God, you know, because they see like the sun as God's eye. In a way, it's God, you know, so they call it Ra. They called God Ra. Okay, now we go back to the Bible where Adam and Eve ate the apple and then they try to hide from the light of God, from the sun. Now, we all know that black people can stay in the sun long enough. White people cannot because they'll get sun cancer and this and all that. Right, that much is clear. Now, I don't know if how you see it, but I think that after Adam and Eve sinned, and then they didn't want to be seen by God. They didn't want to be in the sun because something happened to them when they're in the sun. You know, they sinned. And then we go to their sons, Cain and Abel. Bearing the mark of the beast, Cain and Abel, and when Cain killed Abel, and then he had a mark on himself. And then he wasn't as pure anymore. He wasn't what he was supposed to be anymore. He tried to hide from God, hide his actions. You know, so that's how they get the mark. Now, throughout history, there's been wars and fights over this. Like the Jews were punished for killing Jesus. That's how. Was it the Holocaust? How the Jews were burnt in furnaces because of that. They were being punished, and black people were slaves because they apparently, bore the mark. They turned black. Apparently, that's the mark to show that you're not pure anymore. You're dirty. You're unclean. You know, the mark of the beast, the mark of evil, because their skin turned black. But is it really fact? Because they can be in the sun, they can be under God's light all day. What if the mark of the beast didn't turn them darker? Instead, it made them lighter. So that they can't stand to be under God or to be seen by God. They practice all sorts of evil. Now, I'm not anti-white, but throughout time, white people have done a lot of evil. They've done a lot of bad things to black people, to Indian people, to Mexican people, to everybody. So how sure are we that these people are not the one that represents the devil? Because all sorts of things like satanism and all of that come from them, you know? And they bring it to us. Not all of us are very welcome into that. But if you can see the way society is right now, there's evil is prevailing and good is not winning. And most of these things they come via things that white people came up with. Even though most of them, like inventions that we thought were created by white people, they were not. They were by black people, but because they were slaves, then their copyright fell under their owners, the slave owners. You know, so let's go back to the Bible. We're gonna reference quickly to the movie Noah. When Cain killed Abel, right? What happened was Cain left. Now they don't tell us that like they had kids or and all sorts of stuff like that, but apparently they had kids. So Abel's kids thrive because they appreciated nature. They didn't mess anything. They kill only what they needed, and they didn't mess with the land that much. That was Abel's bloodline. Now, Cain's bloodline, on the other hand, went out to become industrious and killed as much as they wanted. They were very wasteful, to a point where uh, uh, they depleted the land's resources to a point where the land couldn't actually produce as much anymore. And then they went to go to Abel's side of the family because they felt like no, they were owed. They wanted to reap the rewards as well, to enjoy the good land. And then we go back to the white people again. Now, way back in time, the white people call themselves voyagers, you know, the Christopher Columbus and all that, which is weird because they say they discovered this and that. How do you discover something that somebody's already there in? In that case, I can come to your house and discover your watch, your phone, your car, It's pretty much like that. There's no other way of putting it. We already had this. You came and took it from us. So let's go back to the fact that white people were voyagers, and then they were living in their country and they drained their resources and all of that. Then they said, okay, fine, let's go out and find a place where we can get resources. Then they went to Africa, they went to India, they went everywhere, South America, you name it, Australia, you name it, because white people are from Europe, and the rest of the world was occupied by black people, you know. And these are the original owners. Yet right now, white people have really switched the tables on us, and we let them because we're very understanding, we're very meek, we're very quiet, we accept whatever. So white people came to Africa and they took our diamonds, they took our golds, they just took, and then turned us into slaves. Then they went to India and did the same thing. They went everywhere and did the same thing, you know? And I think it's pretty unfair, because how are we the ones that bear the mark of the beast? Yet we're the one we're the ones that are doing God's work, and these people are just being evil and just taking advantage of us wherever they go. Is it really fair? So in case you're wondering and confused who bears the mark of the beast, I'm sorry, it didn't make anybody darker. It made them lighter. Okay, that's where the mark of the beast is. With the very light people that can't stand being under the sun because they can't stand being seen by God. Okay, that's why they get sick from anything that the sun brings. Their skin gets messed up, they get sun cancer, they get all these diseases that we don't necessarily suffer from. And it's a lot of people are gonna get mad because I said it, but it's true, and there's very little I can do about it. So in case you got issues, you're welcome to say anything, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I don't understand why people get angry, or white people get angry when they find out that Jesus was black, because we wrote the Bible. The Bible was in Africa, and then they sent somebody to come and copy it. After they copied it, they took it back to let's just say the Vatican in Rome, and decided what can be put in and what cannot, or what should be put in and what should not, to suit or cater to their needs, so that they can take over people's minds and control their minds and make them do whatever they say. Recently it's been discovered that there's a Bible which was in Ethiopia and has been there for years and years and years, which has all sorts of scriptures that nobody knows about. Now you tell me, why are we supposed to believe anything the white people are saying if however they've taken so much, they've stolen so much, mistreated? I want to ask white people something. You people have taken from us, you have stolen from us, and you've killed us. What else do you want from us? What do you want from us? If you don't like us so much, why are you guys still here? In Africa, in India, even in America. White people don't own America. The Indians and the Mexicans do. So why can't you guys just give us everything you took from us, all our golds, all our diamonds? Because now you're saying we are messed up people, we're poor people. Yet we're poor because of you. You took from us, you stole from us. Why would you do that? If we come to your houses and steal from you, you guys kill us, you guys put us in jails, you guys put us in chains, you'll do all these things. Why should we not do that to you? These are people in power, people that own our minds or whatever. I don't understand how they own what they didn't buy from the original owners, because they bought from other white people who stole from black people. I mean, we talk about places like Kimberly, where they have a massive mine, or Cullinan mines, or wherever, and the mines that are owned by companies like Anglo America or Anglo Gold, Anglo Platinum, all of those people. Where did they buy these mines from? Did they buy them from black people? I pretty much doubt that. You know, because what white people did, they got here and then they put black people in certain areas. They moved them from their houses and put them in certain areas where they knew that these areas were non-productive and not very useful. And they put them there, and then they kept the areas that were useful, where they could dig for mine, where they could create mines and dig for gold and all of that. They were very small. The thing is that we let them. You know, I don't understand how they can keep doing this. Why don't they be accountable for all their actions? Bring back our gold, bring back our diamonds, bring back all our resources. Even in throughout Africa, there's oil, there's gold, there's diamonds, there's so much. They keep taking. Why are they not accountable? I want one day to just somebody to tell me, like a white person who owns a mine or whatever in South Africa, to tell me where they bought the land from, where they bought these mines from, the lands which they're mining on. Who did they buy them from? Did they buy them from the black owners, or did they buy them from white people who stole it from black people? Tell me that. I don't want to get emotional, but it's hard not to get emotional when you discover or figure out history and all the things that these people have done to us. And you're going to tell me these are good people, they serve the Lord. Which God are they serving? Can God really, a God, allow people to do that to other people? No, these are not God's people. These are the devil's people. They bear the mark of the beast. I'm sorry, white people. You can get angry, you can say whatever, but it's just the way it is. You know? So, with that being said, I think I said quite a lot. Thanks for listening. Peace.